Hey fellow meta fighters, and got some awesome news today. They just did a live stream and they announced and shown off a new mechanic in the game. This is something completely new, hasn't been seen in any Medabot games so far from what I understand. So you're going to be able to customize and determine what kind of part for your leader that you want. So each leader, their left arm usually has an effect with it. We thought it would just end there. No. You're going to be able to choose between at least 3 different leader parts of your left arm to customize and have a variety of different effects and stuff that you can use to create a bunch of different style of decks. But let's not waste any time. Let's see what I'm talking about right here. All right, so the first screenshot from the live stream today is showing off this, and my eyes widened as soon as I saw this. Parts modification. In this game, you can modify certain parts. You can change its abilities to be different from normal parts. And just look at that. Medabot's machine gun turns into a sniper rifle or a Barrett 50 cal. Like, what the hell is that? It's freaking awesome. And then it just gets even better with these next screenshots. So here they do show off the regular card. This is the base default arm for Medabot, the Meta machine gun. So we've already seen what Medabot's left arm can do. For 2 energy, you choose one of your opponent's Medabots and deal 3,000 damage to it. If you destroy a target with this effect, you gain 1 random tactical card of the shooting type. Very basic. We've seen it multiple times before, but let's look at the next slide and see what it shows. I'm not going to lie, when I saw this, I fell in love. There are 3 different types of parts, but there's the base, and then there's the A type, and then there's the B type. If you go with the A type, the name doesn't change, but the A type goes to Power Rifle. When this Medabot destroys a target with targeted shot, restore 2 of its type's tactical stock. So that's Medabot's base, Medabot the leader itself base ability, where you attack without having to worry about getting counterattacked. But it's not really an attack, it's more like an effect-based damage thing. So this can work well with a bunch of other Medabots that are in the game, where if you do certain things, you'll get more of your tactical stock. So this is just another way to get more of your tactical stock to play more tactical cards. So very tactical heavy decks can be made with this combo. But then we go over to B type, which is Mega Gatlin. And for 4 energy, you deal 4,000 damage to all of the opponent's Medabots, and for each part, barrier, and Medabot but destroyed by this effect, you gain 1 random tactical card of the shooting type. So there are some other board wiping kind of, or board attacking kind of Medabots that are there. So this is also another way to do that, and you get more tactical cards. There's a wide variety of ways that you can go about with this, but I love to see that there's just 2 different effects. There's 3 different effects because there's 3 different cards. But I just love the fact that Medabot's just holding a freaking giant LMG or something, whatever the hell that is, Gatling gun. Yeah, the Gatling gun on his left arm. That's just hilarious. And this is like a new mechanic. So this could be hinting possibly at a new mechanic in future titles. But they didn't stop there. They also showed Rokusho's left arm. So let's go ahead and get a refresher here. Pico Peko Hammer. When this Medabot performs a normal attack on its own and destroys an opponent's barrier, it destroys an additional barrier. I swear I remember this saying that it destroyed an additional part or something like that, but I guess maybe it was barrier. I could be mistaken. They could have changed the card. Who knows? Either way, so this is the base Pico Peko Hammer. And let's take a look at Type A and Type B. So Pico Peko Hammer now changes from like a straight, like blunt object kind of hammer weapon to more of either like a spear thing or another sword. So you could have a Rokusho with 2 swords. So Type A's effect is when this Medabot destroys an opponent's Medabot with guard, restore 3 energy. So this is a way to kind of, it's like a piercing effect. Yeah, it's a pike. I have no idea. Either way. So if you destroy a Medabot with guard, you gain 3 energy. So you'll be able to attack again potentially with another Medabot or something like that. And then B type, when this Medabot performs a normal attack alone, it will perform a follow-up attack on 1 random enemy Medabot. But the penalty for using this other sword is that you get minus 3,000 power. Now, it does say at the bottom, there are modifications that reduce the power of powerful abilities. I can see the reason why is because like you'll attack with Rokusho and then you get to attack something random again. If it's just the enemy Medabot, you'll be hitting them again with just the same amount of power. So So they had to kind of give this card a little bit of a downside, so that way it's not too abusive. But it's good to see that there's multiple different variety of effects that come with these leader parts. Now this is where I kind of got a little bit surprised. We just recently got shown Dr. Bok Choy as a leader. Now they're showing some of his additional parts. I was really surprised to see this, but let's go ahead and get a refresher of what this does. So for 2 energy until the end of the turn, the next damage dealt to the opponent's leader will deal the same amount of additional damage once. So if you hit it one time, it'll take another form of damage only once. Really good effect, but let's check out and see what the screenshot has of what these A type and B type will do. So we get to see that not only do these type A or type B change the effects, they can also change the type. So Dr. Bok Choy can get a fighting type part that looks like a missile silo or something like that, or a rocket launcher, but it's called Sword Drone. So for 4 energy until the end of your turn, whenever you play a tactical card of a certain type, deal 7,000 damage to a random opponent's Medabot. This effect does not stack. And I believe the tactical card that you need to play is a support type. So it's like I'm going to play the support tactical thing for cheap. I'm going to just deal a random 7,000 damage. And it's not just once either, so this effect can keep happening the more tactical cards you play until the end of your turn, just for 4 energy. 7,000 damage to a bunch of random Medabots. But the B type here is, this one is very simple. It's kind of being more like some of those other support Medabots out there, where you choose one of your Medabots for 2 energy, and it increases power by 1,000 until the start of your next turn. This Medabot cannot be rapidly cooled during this turn. So this one is, I feel like that one B type is a little bit of a downgrade, because they have like so many Medabots that just like support Medabots that just do that same effect. So I feel like maybe you might be hurting yourself doing this one, but still it's another type of thing that you can do. There might be some strategy I don't know of, but it's great to see all of these different varieties. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the look of A type. I would love to see a Dr. Bok Choy with a missile launcher on his left arm. Now moving on to the next slide, we do see a little bit more of how these customizations or A and B types work. If the leader part, which it seems like almost all of them have this, have that little wrench icon, those are cards that have those A and B type customizations. We can also see a couple of the other leader parts here. It seems like there is going to be, I believe that is Arc Beetle right there next to Medabots parts. We have Noctobat's arms. Oh man, there was that squid looking Medabot. I think those are Behemoth arms, and I don't know those last arms on the very bottom right. But still, if you're going to customize these cards, this is what you got to look out for, is that little wrench on the left arm of the cards. So here we get a little bit more of a detailed look of what happens when you want to try to customize these arms. They give you a good description of what it's going to change into and what it'll look like, and also the effects, the cost that it's going to take, and stuff like that. In the next slide we're about to see here, this is how much it's going to actually cost in order for you to make these upgrades. And it says, would you like to use coins to modify parts? You can revert to the original parts after modification. So it takes you at least 400 of these coins in order to get these different parts with different effects. So that's really good to know. So you don't need too much in order to customize these parts and change them into whatever you want. And it's also really nice to know that you can revert pretty much anytime you want. It's really nice that they show these nice little screens so we know exactly how much it's going to cost and all this other stuff. Now moving on to the last slide that we have here today, it is showing what it's going to look like after you've made this customization. So it will change the picture, pretty much change the whole entire card to what you're wanting it to be customized into. That is great. I'd love to know that it's not just going to be some word thing or anything like that. It's going to be like a completely new card, same names and sometimes same type, but there will be different type customizations. And that also explains why there's also like a letter A or B at the bottom right of the picture. You can slightly see it there right next to the picture of the arm. So that explains why I've seen some like A and B here and there. So, and you will be able to tell what it is because it'll have that little icon or the A or the B at the bottom right of the picture. But anyway, so that is awesome news to see. I love to know that we are getting a brand new mechanic in the game. Hopefully they might bring this to like future adaptations of games, because I think that would be a great thing to have. That would definitely make a lot more parts, a lot more Medabots that you can customize, and effects that you can do, and all other kinds of things. But that's all that I got for you here today. I hope you have a great day. I can't wait until next week when they do another live stream. Like I said, I'm always hoping that they come up with some more gameplay, because I really do want to see traps in action, because I want to figure out these like placement points and like installation points. I really want to see some more gameplay for sure. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later.